Could the unthinkable happen? In a shocking twist, the Golden State Warriors are being linked to a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up the entire league. Imagine one of the NBA's brightest stars leaving Los Angeles for the Bay Area. This isn't just speculation. Insiders are buzzing about what it could mean for the Warriors' championship aspirations. Stick around as we dive into the details of this explosive trade idea and how it could redefine the Warriors' path to glory. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay updated on all the latest Warriors news. The Golden State Warriors have been at the center of some intense speculation lately, especially with recent talks about a blockbuster trade involving Anthony Davis from the Los Angeles Lakers. Bleacher Report's Dan Favale recently put forth an intriguing proposal that could see the Warriors land Davis, a move that could potentially elevate them back into championship contention. But let's unpack this a bit. In this proposed trade, the Warriors would send Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, Kevon Looney, and a pile of future draft picks to the Lakers in exchange for Davis. Now, on one hand, you've got a player in Davis who, when healthy, can be a dominant force on both ends of the floor. His ability to stretch the floor, coupled with his defensive prowess, could fit seamlessly alongside the likes of Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. Could you imagine a front court with Davis and Green? That's a nightmare for opposing offenses. However, let's not overlook what the Warriors would be giving up. Wiggins has been pivotal for the Warriors since his arrival, especially during their championship run. Losing him would sting, no doubt. Kuminga, who many see as a future star, would also be part of the deal. There's no denying that he has the potential to be a game-changer in this league. And then there's Looney, a reliable presence in the front court, and a key player in the Warriors' rotation. This trade would shake up the roster significantly. But here's where it gets complicated. The Lakers are reportedly looking to maximize their current window with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They're not just going to let Davis walk without getting something substantial in return. They're trying to build a team that can compete right now, while the Warriors are also trying to balance their immediate championship aspirations with their long-term future. It's a delicate dance. If this trade were to happen, the Warriors would undoubtedly become favorites in the West. Davis provides a level of talent that could elevate the team's performance dramatically. It would give Golden State a legitimate third superstar to pair with Curry and Green. But then you have to ask yourself, is it worth it to give up so much depth and future assets for a player who has had his fair share of injury issues? The Warriors have historically been cautious about trading away their young talent, especially someone like Kuminga, who has shown flashes of brilliance. But, as Favale pointed out, the clock is ticking for Davis. He's 31 going on 32 and is in a position where he should be chasing championships. Would he even want to come to a team that's not guaranteed to compete immediately? Now let's talk about the Lakers side of things. If they were to pull the trigger on this deal, they'd be getting a haul that could set them up for the future. Multiple first-round picks and young talent like Kuminga could help them reset and rebuild around LeBron's final years in the league. But, as a Warriors fan, it's tough to see a rival potentially strengthen themselves at the cost of our young core. And here's the kicker. The Warriors have kept Kuminga out of trade discussions previously, and now they're potentially willing to part ways with him? That's a big shift in strategy. It shows how serious they are about making a splash and competing for another title. So, what do I think? I'm honestly torn. Part of me wants to see the Warriors make a bold move and go all in on a championship run with Davis. But then there's the other part of me that worries about the long-term implications. Are we sacrificing our future for a shot at immediate glory? The Golden State Warriors have certainly been feeling the pressure lately, and with recent struggles, it's clear they need to make some moves to turn things around. The proposed trade with the Utah Jazz, which would bring Walker Kessler and John Collins to the Bay Area, is gaining traction, and for good reason. But, as a die-hard Warriors fan, I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and apprehension about the implications of such a deal. Let's break it down. With a record of 15-13, the Warriors are teetering on the edge of play-in territory, which is not where any of us envisioned them at this point in the season. The age of Stephen Curry is a significant factor, and with him being 36, we all know that time is not on our side. His recent performances have raised eyebrows, and the inconsistency from players like Jonathan Kuminga and the lack of impact from Dennis Schroeder have only added to the urgency. So, bringing in Kessler and Collins could be just the jolt the Warriors need. Walker Kessler, averaging a double-double with 10.5 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 2.9 blocks, would instantly bolster our interior defense. Let's face it, since losing some of our youthful energy, we've struggled to protect the rim. Kessler's defensive presence could significantly alleviate those issues, allowing the Warriors to focus on their strengths on offense. His ability to finish strong around the basket and set hard screens would also enhance the pick-and-roll game with Steph, giving defenses more to worry about. Then we have John Collins. This guy could be a game-changer for us. He's shooting an impressive 42.4% from three, while averaging 17.7 points and 8.2 rebounds. His versatility and athleticism would fit perfectly into Steve Kerr's system, which thrives on movement and space. Collins can stretch the floor and attack mismatches, keeping defenses honest, especially in those crunch-time moments that we know all too well. Imagine the possibilities with a more balanced offensive approach. It's tantalizing, isn't it? However, the thought of losing core players like Kevon Looney and Gary Payton II does sting. Looney has been the glue holding our defense together, and his chemistry with Curry has been vital for our success. Gary Payton, too, with his elite perimeter defense, brings grit and determination to the squad. These are not easy pieces to replace, and while Kessler and Collins could elevate our game, there's a risk involved with disrupting the chemistry we've built. On the flip side, the Utah Jazz would benefit from this trade as they continue their rebuild. Jonathan Kuminga is a young prospect with immense potential, and bringing in a player of his caliber could be huge for them. Pairing him with Lauri Markkanen gives Utah a promising core to build around. Gary Payton II and Kevon Looney would provide stability and mentorship for their younger roster, while the future first-round picks could position them well for further enhancements in their rebuild. It's a strategic move that makes sense for both sides. But back to the Warriors. This trade screams urgency, and it's clear we're in win-now mode. Stephen Curry's window to contend isn't getting any wider, and if Kessler and Collins can seamlessly integrate into our system, we could see a resurgence that puts us back in championship contention. Yet, what if things don't pan out? What if we struggle with chemistry or injuries? The stakes are high, and that's the gamble we might have to take. So what do you think? Is this the right move for the Warriors? Personally, I'm torn. The potential for immediate impact is there, but losing key players could hurt us in ways we might not see right away. I want to hear your thoughts on this. What are your expectations, your frustrations? Let's get the conversation going in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with all the latest Warriors news. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Let's rally together as fans and keep the spirit alive.